Welcome back to Anything You Want, your one-stop corner for the stories that shake the glamorous world of Turkish entertainment. Before we unravel tonight's emotional whirlwind, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you love what we do, hit the join button to support us for more exclusive content, deep dives, and behind-the-scenes revelations. Tonight, we are standing at the intersection of truth and tenderness, where the curtain between fiction and reality finally lifted. After years of unspoken questions, Alp Navruz has broken his silence about his connection with Alina Boz. Once celebrated as one of Turkish television's most beloved on-screen duos, the pair enchanted audiences with their effortless chemistry, a chemistry so natural that viewers couldn't help but wonder, was it really just acting? For years, neither confirmed nor denied the whispers. Their calm professionalism, their respectful distance, their kind words about one another, all of it built a mystery that quietly aged like a sealed letter. And then, out of nowhere, Alp spoke. Not in a rehearsed tone, not through a publicist's polished statement, but with the raw cadence of a man who had finally decided to open a door that had stayed locked too long. In a recent interview that has now taken over social media feeds, Alp admitted that Alina was a defining presence in his life. He recalled the silent companionship shared during long filming nights, the laughter between takes, and the quiet reassurance they found in one another when fame's glare became too bright. But the most piercing moment came when he said softly, not bitterly, "He didn't walk away, she did." Those 6 words detonated like a whispered truth carried through a storm. Within hours, his statement trended across platforms. Fans divided as fast as the clicks of a camera shutter. One group saw sincerity, a confession spoken with courage. They hailed Alp's calm honesty as the closure he'd been owed. Another camp questioned his timing, wondering why a man so private would open his heart now, after years of quiet. Why here? Why now, they asked. Was it nostalgia, or simply release? Either way, his words pulled the past into the present. Those who had followed them since their early projects knew that what made Alina and Alp magnetic wasn't just attraction, it was ease. They worked like 2 musicians who instinctively know each other's rhythm. He carried steadiness, she carried light. Together, they built moments on screen that pulsed with authenticity. The tenderness between them, the small glances, the shared smiles that didn't need dialogue, it all felt like something more than direction. Yet even the most harmonious duets can drift apart. Over the years, their joint appearances thinned. The social media posts stopped. Public sightings faded like the last notes of a song. Fans felt the distance long before either acknowledged it. And now, Alp has given shape to that silence. He didn't accuse, he didn't defend. He spoke of trying, of wanting more time, of holding on when the other hand had already let go. Sometimes you fight to preserve something because it feels right, he said quietly. But fighting alone isn't always enough. That line alone could have been dialogue from one of their scenes, except this time, it wasn't fiction. It was real. And that reality carried the weight of unfinished emotion. Meanwhile, Alina Boz's silence continues to speak volumes. Reports suggest that she was taken aback by the openness of Alp's remarks. Insiders claim she has no desire to escalate the matter, that she prefers stillness over spectacle. To her, restraint isn't avoidance, it's dignity. Those close to her insist that she's simply being true to her nature, measured, calm, and unwilling to let a private chapter become tabloid theater. But silence, in the age of constant commentary, can feel louder than words. Fans are interpreting every gesture, every public appearance, every caption, every absence, through the prism of what Alp said. Is her quiet a form of strength, or a sign of lingering ache? Nobody outside her most trusted circle knows. Yet the fascination only grows stronger. Let's pause for a second, dear viewers. As you listen to this story, tell us in the comments below, do you think Alina's silence is power, or pain? Do you see Alp's confession as courage, or as reopening a door best left closed? We read all your thoughts, and your comments help shape what we explore next. Also, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and tap join to keep our investigations alive here on Anything You Want. Back to the story. When Alp finally admitted that he had been the one left standing, many saw vulnerability rather than vanity. His tone carried the weight of lived experience, not bitterness. It was as though he had carried a truth for years and was finally setting it down, carefully, like a fragile object placed on a table. But questions remain. Why now? Why revisit something so delicate when both have moved on professionally? Those who analyze celebrity culture suggest that Alp's statement wasn't about reigniting old flames but about closure. When an untold story lingers too long, it begins to own you. Speaking it aloud can be a way of reclaiming peace. Meanwhile, the internet's detective brigade is in overdrive. Fans are re-watching old interviews and analyzing every subtle glance between them. A pause before a line, a smile that lingers too long, what once seemed like acting now feels like confession in retrospect. The collective nostalgia is palpable. It's as if the audience is grieving something they were never officially told existed. Industry voices have started weighing in, too. Colleagues recall how genuine their warmth was, how their laughter on set never felt rehearsed. One veteran director reportedly said, "They reminded people what quiet chemistry can look like." That's why this revelation has cut deeper than most, because viewers felt part of their shared story from the beginning. As this emotional storm unfolds, there's speculation about whether Alina will respond at all. Some predict she will eventually release a short, dignified statement, not as rebuttal but as closure. Others believe she'll let the moment pass untouched, allowing time to absorb the noise. And then, of course, there's the romantic camp, those who hope this confession will reopen communication between them, not to rekindle romance, but to restore peace. The truth is, nobody knows what shape this story will take next. But one thing is certain, the admiration the public feels for both remains intact. Their legacy as one of Turkish TV's most magnetic duos cannot be erased by a single confession. If anything, the knowledge that genuine emotion once flowed between them only deepens the resonance of their past work. Their scenes now play differently, charged with history, vibrating with authenticity. Perhaps this is why their story transcends gossip. It isn't about scandal or betrayal, it's about two people who tried, who cared, and who eventually let go. As Alp said in his interview, trying alone isn't always enough. And maybe that's the most human truth of all. Before we close, remember to leave your thoughts below. We want to hear your theories, your feelings, your interpretations. Do you think there's room for reconciliation? Or do you believe silence is the final word? Comment now, and while you're here, subscribe to Anything You Want, tap the join button for exclusive insights, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the stories behind the headlines. This has been your host from Anything You Want, where emotion meets reality, and where we read between the lines of fame. Until next time, stay kind, stay curious, and remember, in the world of stardom, even the softest goodbye can echo for years.